it's probably better if you save yourself, but could you live with it? Could you actually live with that? Live with what you've done, really? And I don't know. If I had to make the decision in an instant, I probably wouldn't save myself. I'd love to save the young child. But if I think about it, it's probably, I know it sounds really selfish, but if I'd thought about it for ages, I'd probably save myself. Anyway, there's 15 years difference. Yeah, it sounds really selfish, but I don't know. I always think that we only. No, okay, I won't go into that. It's just one of my kind of things, philosophies, but a rather selfish one. Yeah, that's my answer. If I had to quickly decide, I'd choose a child. If I had a long time to think over it, I'd probably choose myself. Selfish though it may sound. I know it's not very manly or anything like that. If you had to follow a god, which one? Well, I think I don't know enough about the non-Christian gods, really. I mean, I suppose like Islamic gods pretty similar, and then it's just the old gods like Odin, Ra. I mean, I hope that the Christian god's the worst. I don't know enough about them to answer that. Probably. No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. Sorry. Should a god be held to its own principles and rules? Okay, this one, I've discussed this quite a lot with theists actually, because on some Christian forums I posted a thread saying, I think it was actually a quote from Sam Harris, I think it is. Chris Harris, Sam Harris, who said that thousands of unborn children die every year from natural causes, far more than that are aborted. Surely God is then the worst aborter there is. And of course Christians were saying like, no, of course not. Sure, no, he's not the worst aborter. Because he all these babies will grow up to be wicked, and he was killing them before they could be. I think that's the only argument really. Before they could grow up to kill anyone else, which is kind of really idiotic actually, because why does he only save some and not others? And surely, I mean, why do you think that's okay, even though when humans abort, you get really angry? And I didn't even give my opinion on abortion. They still had a go at that, thinking that I was against it just because I posted that. But it was more, the point of it was shouldn't God's rules about abortion apply to himself as well? And I definitely think that the rules of a god should apply to themselves as well as the people, because again, it's like that dictator thing. If you wouldn't want it, if it's kind of like a corrupt leader who has all this poor servants and then has loads and loads of money and food himself. It's like it's equivalent to that really for me. He doesn't do any work and his slaves do all the work. It's like that. He should get in the field and work himself. Do you hate God and people who believe in him? I don't think God exists. So I don't really hate him. If you're saying do I hate the idea of God and the kind of like concept, yeah, probably. It doesn't seem to have done much good over the years. I mean, you can't go back and see what it'd be like if there wasn't the idea of a God, but I think it hasn't been particularly pleasant with certain people believing in him and supposedly following out his orders, following through with them. Do I hate the people who follow him? Not really. Some I do, but some atheists I hate too. So, no, I probably do. I don't hate many people at all. I don't hate any. There's no theists I know who I hate. There's some atheists, but I think there's only very few people I hate. Very few. Do you think agnostics are dishonest in their position? Well, everyone I've asked who's been an agnostic, it's not that many people actually. I think they are actually atheists usually. I can understand. I do know some theists actually who I think are agnostics, but I think they don't admit it because their parents are they're really strong theists. Normal atheists, agnostics, are probably, most of them they don't really want to. It's not they're dishonest. It's just they don't want to admit that they're atheists. They kind of like they want there to be a God, but they just don't. They're not satisfied, or they just think they might offend someone if they say they're an atheist or something. They just don't want to come out. Quite a lot of them. Well, obviously, no, doesn't apply to everyone, as with everything. But yeah, I think most of them are atheists, but they just haven't thought about it at all, which is quite common. And that's honest. If they haven't thought about it at all, it's agnostic. If you could go back in time and kill Hitler, would you do it? No. I kind of believe that everything that happens has some positive. Everything that happens is meant to happen. You shouldn't change it. If you did go back and kill him, someone else would probably do it, because people learn from that's the whole thing about humans. They learn from their mistakes. You don't. I mean, it obviously happens on an individual basis, but it also happens across just over history, really. If a invention doesn't work, don't try it again. That kind of thing. If you killed him, you wouldn't. No one would. It kind of like shocked people so much. I doubt anyone would get away with it these days. And if he wasn't killed, probably someone else would do it. I think it just happened. Just leave it. Don't